Bonjour, mes amis. We are in the smallest country, a little bit bigger than Vatican City, so second smallest country, but the richest. So it's a tiny country, but very rich. We just visited the marina and saw the big yachts. Right now for part two, we're going up the rock to see the palace grounds. But we're going to do one of the funnest activities there is when it comes to traveling. It is climbing stairs. There's nothing better than climbing a good set of stairs. Look at these views. I love the clouds. Actually, it adds a cool allure to them. Let me know where I got cut off in the last story. I ran out of data with Verizon. I had to spend another $10 to top up. So it's $10 every 30 minutes. So let's make it snappy. And let me know where I got cut off on the story. I'll tell you a little bit more about Monaco. Ooh, how fun. Climbing stairs. Nothing more fun than climbing stairs.
Ouais, mais bon, il y a un problème au péage.
Ouais, il y avait un problème.
Miss Love says, and we're back, yeah. Wow. Oh. I have a feeling this is going to be a long walk. Call this video, rename it to climbing stairs, doing nothing. And yeah, it's a long way. Esfiel says heirs don't have to be male. They did. There was a clause that they did have to be male. That's no longer the case. There was a new treaty done in the, I think it was 2002 or so, where they amended that, and it could be any person. But back during Rainier III, the era of Grace Kelly, you had to have a male heir. If you didn't, you were screwed. Monaco would be a French protectorate. So there's not much Monaco. Right down there, we're starting to see more France. Doreen says, you're in good shape. You don't sound too out of breath. I have lungs of steel. An oxygen capacity enough for 10 humans. At least that's what my ears, nose, and throat doctor told me last year. So we're walking along the route of the Grand Prix, which is so cool. So 1929, Monaco starts a grand race around their city. You know, because Monaco, the country, is the city. However, once the F1 Formula racing ended up getting solidified many decades later, they didn't allow a country to host a racing event that would extend beyond their borders. So Monaco had a big challenge. How can we make a race in a tiny little city-state that doesn't have a countryside and still host a famous racing event? Well, that's where they got the idea, to host a race fully within the borders of Monaco. And that is the Grand Prix. Right there. The Grand Prix is one of the longest running of the racing events, major racing events in the world. It's part of the Triple Crown of Indy 500, which is a US event, and there's another thing somewhere else in France, which is a much longer racing event. So yeah, the entire race is within the borders of Monaco, whizzing through the city streets. Happens every year. Ooh, a band is playing down there. So yep, you just imagine. Your right angle is turning. Let me know if you see me, hear me. Oh, cool. Right down there. Hey, let me know if I'm back. Oh, cool architecture. Miss Fancy is sponsoring another 30 minutes. Thank you so much. So Super Chats in this case is going directly into live video service. So Miss Fancy along with Maureen and Edward are sponsoring the actual live video in this case directly. You know, you guys usually do it indirectly, but today is literally, those 10 euro are literally going for me to do another 30 minutes of live streaming. So thank you so much. Oh, look at that. Just like in Puerto Rico. In Spanish, it has a name. I gotta remember that name. I think it starts with the T. Deanna with the $20 super chat. Deanna is sponsoring even more live video service. Ooh, this is good news. That means I'll show you a few cool spots. All right, let me see if I can get to the palace on time before it closes. Let's see if I can film in it. Let's see. It's a bastion. Yeah, thank you so much, Alcio, for the word in English. Bastion. Thank you so much. It has a name in Spanish that I used to use all the time because Puerto Rico uses that as its symbol for magnets, for postcards, for anything touristy. So thank you so much for the super chat. Appreciate you, Deanna.
Let's take our time. Should we get a drink? I want a drink.
Nat says it closes at 6:30. All right, let's see if we can film inside. Tourist information, cool. So instead of this hat, I wish I had a little red beanie cap, ribbed red beanie cap, because many decades ago, a man who scuba dived and found beautiful shipwrecks and gorgeous sea creatures, he wanted to find a way to show the populace the beauty of the sea and that we need to cherish it and protect it. This man explored the furthest depths of our ocean. He wrote a book that book became popular, and then that book was adopted to the big screen as a documentary. That documentary, The Silent World, ended up becoming the very first documentary to win the Palme d'Or at the Cannes Film Festival. Cannes is a city nearby. It's the host of the biggest film event, the most prestigious film event in the world. So you got Cannes, and you could arguably say that Oscars is number 2. But Cannes is international. Oscars, not so much. So he ended up winning for the Cannes Film Festival. This man ended up becoming one of the most famous men in terms of the documentary world, in terms of educating people about the sciences and marine life. His name was Jacques Cousteau. And Jacques Cousteau, this is his huge museum, the Oceanographique Museum, Oceanograph Museum, in his honor. He actually ran this museum for a while. Daly says he invented scuba tanks. Yeah, he did. Yeah, that is really cool, actually. I might go here for another day. So patrons sometimes may get access to some of these museums. It always depends whether I can film in it. He's a legend, yeah. He's like the French David Attenborough. And here is the yellow submarine that he was associated with. I'm not sure if the Beatles actually wrote the Yellow Submarine song inspired by Jacques Cousteau, but there is one movie that's very fun to watch that is directly inspired by Jacques Cousteau, and that is The Life Aquatic, directed by Wes Anderson. The 2-seater submarine. That's so cool. Oh, I wish I had a red beanie. You know, surprisingly, the gift store does not sell a red beanie. That's so sad. Nobu says I can film inside. I can? Sure. Nobu says he has filmed inside. Is there even service inside? That's the other tricky part. Let's continue. I'll rather show you the palace. Thank you so much, Nobu, for letting me know about filming inside. Nobu is a local to the area. He lives in nearby Provence and also does live videos. So check out Nobu on YouTube. He has done live videos of the south of France and many other recorded videos too. Nobu says no, there's not everywhere inside those service. Okay, good to know. Thank you so much, Nobu. So Ludo, yeah, Jacques Cousteau ended up becoming later a TV show host. Do remind me, what was the name of his TV show? Gorgeous building though, look at that. A lot of ocean motifs. Oh, rather than eagles, they have like pelicans. Oh, I love that. That's so ingenious. Incredible details. Yeah, gorgeous building. Wow. Challenger, Ciboga, Buccaneer, Amelia, Ingolf. I'm not sure what these refer to. Challenger might be the space mission. So Jacques Cousteau started a program called Ocean Nauts, and he actually took people into the depths and had them stay there for a while, which was training for the astronauts. So he helped with the early training of the space programs. So that's really cool too. It's awesome. George says, Jacques Cousteau has not covered storms of the centuries in New York City. Yes, indeed, indeed. That's one thing I have one up on Jacques Cousteau. Thank you, George, for mentioning that. Appreciate you. Oh, okay, so here's different expeditions. Marcel says, say hello to my cousins, the Grimaldis. Hey, Michel. Oh, so cool that you are Grimaldi yourself. I think this is appropriate to eat some Grimaldi's pizza underneath the Brooklyn Bridge. As Feels, thank you so much for clarifying. So the names of the facade were the research vessels. Thank you. Hey, Susie from Edinburgh says, we're back home now. Flew back yesterday. We had a fantastic time. I'm so glad both you and Gary enjoyed your time in the Spanish islands. I just cannot imagine Grand Prix passing through these tiny streets. Kay says a member of the royal family lives on the other side of the road. Ooh, yeah. So Matt says the name Monaco City is actually misleading. It is itself not a city, but a historic and statistical district. It holds most of the country's political and judicial institutions. Yeah, Matt, yeah. Thank you for the extra information. Yeah, basically the entire country is a city in and of itself. Ludo says Jacques Cousteau was a Marine officer. Yeah. Also became known as also a renowned scientist. And of course a TV show host. Gwen says fabulous footage. Did you go see Coldplay while you were over in Europe? Says Michael. Yeah, I did, yeah. Yeah, I have 2 live videos, one before the show and one after the show. You can check those out. They're posted on YouTube, Urbanist Exploring Cities. Inspire Life says, I love the walkability here. Yeah, they actually have a full bus system, which is shocking. Again, ladies and gentlemen, Monaco, this entire country fits within Central Park. However, Monaco, since they're running out of space, is trying to reclaim land. And right here, we have one of the biggest land reclamation projects in this area of Europe. Of course, the Dutch, where we visited, are also well known for land reclamation. I bet they're hiring Dutch engineers. They have to. Or at least Danish. The Danish are also known for land reclamation. So right here, they built an entire new neighborhood. That's cool. Oh, is it open? Is it open? This was closed when I passed through earlier. Ladies and gentlemen, I think we're getting lucky. So in the last live video, where was the last thing you heard about the story? Bear with me. I might be a little bit silent. So right here, inside this church. Is it a church or a cathedral? I gotta find out. But inside this religious structure, Grace Kelly is entombed. Wow. Rollins says Piers Morgan did an excellent feature on Monaco. He did. I did actually see it right before. It was a really great episode. He's a really good host. All right, let's go inside. As I mentioned in the last broadcast, a dear urbanist who's been tuning in for nearly 2 years already at this point. He just tuned in 2 days ago. You can actually read his comments. I think it was the first niece video. Fang died at the age of 39, unfortunately, apparently due to a stroke. It's very sad, very tragic. May he rest in peace. I gotta do this way. Fang, may you rest in peace. Fang was a Brooklynite too. He actually was from Edward Morrow School, which I was friends with a lot of people from Ed Morrow. He was above my age, but so I didn't know him personally. I knew people in this age range, but I did know people who went to the same school. So it was a cool little connection I found out. It's a bit shocking to see someone just commenting as normal 2 days ago, and they're gone. I'm so shocked. Wow. If anyone can confirm what the name of the church is, do let us know. Linda says, my brother got kicked out of the Royal Casino for filming. Yeah, you can't film, unfortunately, yeah. Henrique says, what happened with Fang? Fang unfortunately passed away due to a stroke. Was it yesterday, I think? Or the day before? Here we have Albert the First. So Monaco is a principality, so that's why they're all princes, not kings. Thank you so much, Susie. St. Nicholas Cathedral, thank you so much. And Grace apparently is in the chapel, St. Deviltad Chapel. Thank you. So Ida says it's now called Immaculate Conception Cathedral. Oh, thank you. So she's not just entombed, she's actually buried. Well, I'm not sure if this would be considered burial, to let us know. Unfortunately, Grace Kelly also died of a stroke. Grace was driving around Monaco with her daughter, and suddenly she had a stroke, and the car went out of control down into the harbor. Grace apparently had a second stroke as the car was crashing. As she was taken to the hospital, she couldn't be revived and passed away. Her daughter did survive though. Nobu says you have about 30 minutes. 5 minutes to get to 30. Thank you so much. Here's Rainier III, died just a few years ago. So Rainier III, husband of Grace Kelly, Princess Grace. Where is she? Is she supposed to be here? Let me know. I'm not entirely sure. I don't see her name. I don't see her name. Let's see. Is she down there? So apparently she's here. I'm not sure. There's no name plaque, I see. I don't know. Oh, thank you. So Grace Patricia. Oh, I was looking forward to see her last name. I assumed she took her husband's last name. So Grace Patricia Kelly. Grimaldi, maybe? I'm not sure if she took the last name. So wow, look at that. Grace Kelly right over here. May she rest in peace. Wow. She was also one of the actresses most famous associated with Hitchcock too. So, Juju B, thank you so much. Princess Stephanie was in the car September 18, 1982, when she crashed and then later died. Grace was only 52, but luckily her daughter now is 57. Okay, everyone, I'm going to run out of data, so I'll be restarting. I hope you enjoyed this live stream. Everyone, keep being awesome and always keep on exploring. I'll see you soon at the palace. But what I'm going to do is continue live streaming until that ends. So if it crashes while I'm walking there, I'll be back. So keep being awesome and always keep on exploring. We'll make it a bonus segment. Feel free to ask me any questions until it crashes. Okay, that was the cathedral. I'm going to walk and there's a dad and her kid playing. They're screaming. I'm going to continue walking until the live stream crashes and it tells me I have to top up. So I hope you enjoyed this segment. We're going to later go to the palace. For now, as we walk towards the palace, until I have to top up, feel free to ask me anything. Wow, look at this building. Dr. Day says, you keep asking us to answer questions, but you never answer them. Not yours, Dre, not yours. Your questions? No, not acceptable. You haven't been watching too long. I'm probably the live streamer who answers the most amount of questions. Ron says, Feng would appreciate her. Let me know if you can see me and hear me. Stefan can see me and hear me. Is it working? I topped up. I did lightning quick this time. Now I know exactly what to type. Okay. All right. So I'm canceling my goodbye. I cancel the keeping awesome. Don't keep being awesome. Don't keep on exploring at the moment. Don't do it. Because we're going to continue on this live video. So cancel that live, that previous sign off. Where we're making an amendment. And we're going to continue live. So if you're being awesome right now, no, stop it. Don't be awesome. Because we're continuing. Okay. Oh, no, I see you. No, you right there. Stop being awesome. Stop being awesome. Because we're continuing. If you keep being awesome, when I end. All right. All in agreement? All right, good. Mika says, how was your pasta and rosé yesterday? Oh my God, it was delectable. It was great having that rosé and some pasta. Yep, I cooked pasta and rosé at home. And it was amazing. Magnets. Ren says, the tiger shirt is awesome. Oh, thank you so much. So now we're in the old town. And one cool thing about the old town is that we can see the names in 2 languages. We can see it in French and we can see it in Monegasque. Monegasque is the language of Monaco, which in essence is a dialect of a dialect, because Monegasque is derived from Italian, was derived from the dialect of Ligurian, is how you say it, Ligurian. Liguria is the nearby area of Italy, and that ends up becoming Monegasque. Not Monacan, Monegasque. Tanya, oh no, I did not drink rosé. I actually bought a red wine, so, but no, it was not rosé all day. Susie says I'm quite becoming a chef. Yeah, I think tomorrow I'm gonna make some pasta carbonara at my B&B. Lily says I'm just joining you. I'm so glad. Homemade pasta carbonara, no pre-made cream. Oh no. This is amazing. Linda says you have to check out. All right, everyone. Sorry about the audio. And there was a family walking on a very snail's pace. I had to mute because of popular music. A family walking on a snail's pace, so I had to rush them. I had to overtake them, like the Monaco Grand Prix. Actually, it doesn't happen too much in the Grand Prix, but in Formula racing, if you overtake a car, so I do overtakes all the time, but instead of a car, it's walking. It's not through a vehicle. Check out the Marc Chagall Museum. Yes, Christine, there's a lot of stuff here to see in the Côte d'Azur. I'm here for a little bit while. You'll see more stuff at Côte d'Azur. First time you can walk up and down the country. Renee, basically we're exploring the entire country. We're exploring one entire country in one live video. Yep, Renee, that's true. One entire country in an entire live video. Is there a hop on off? There is a hop on hop off bus here in Monaco. Yeah, that's right, Ludo. Yep. I think it's worth it because there is a lot of hills here. It's a small city, but there's a lot of hills. So if you want to see Monaco without walking a lot, like I am, yeah, you're gonna need a good tour on a bus, or do what I did. I toured on a electric version of an old style 1930s race car. I did an entire live video about that. I mean, not live video. I did doing an entire short video about that and a bonus video for patrons. And you could do that tour. I spent €50 for about 35 minutes, which was nice. Tanya says, I love the hat. It suits you. Thank you so much. All right, let's continue walking. So here in Monaco, I'm spending €10 for every 30 minutes. So thank you, everyone, to the Facebook supporters and to the patrons and also to the super chatters and PayPalers. All right, let's walk inside. Easy, you're a local. Awesome, Easy. Thank you so much for tuning in. church is from, it's been around 375 years. It says, Eze is beautiful and you can buy some perfume. Oh, yeah. Some relics. I wonder who these belong to. Look at that. We have a bone. That was a cool little church. Let's see the name. It's a chapel. Sette Chapel? So Mathona is tuning in. Mathona, thank you so much for tuning in. Mathona has been a very kind PayPal contributor. Thank you so much, Mathona. Hope you're doing well. She asked, do I plan in advance? So yes, I go live Thursdays through Saturdays. That's the schedule I'm doing for this trip. And in essence, I'm doing videos almost every single day. I end up taking a small little break in Lyon, so that's why you didn't see too many videos in Lyon. But in essence, I've been working almost 7 days a week. And many, many hours in the day. So even though I'm not going live, sometimes I end up going live anyway. Or I end up, oh wow, the city bus tour comes all the way up here. Or I end up making short videos and photos and research. So what do I plan for my next stops? Usually on the off days is when I do a little bit of planning. I don't plan too specifically, but if I need to book a hotel, which I think the last time I did that was about 3 weeks ago, that I booked the rest of my hotels, I do that. And then sometimes I have a specific day in mind of what city I'll cover that day. So Monaco, I knew that I was going to come today to Monaco. I had in mind, I checked out the tours I can do, so that's why I took a quick car tour a little bit earlier. Basically, that's it. I only really plan, if I need to book a train in advance, I have to plan that. Here in general, if you're city hopping between the Côte d'Azur, you don't need to book a train in advance. If I were to hop to a different city, say if I wanted to go to Marseille, it might be more beneficial to book a train in advance. If I want to go on a specific tour, say a car tour or a boat tour, like I've shown in many other cities, I have to book that in advance as well. And I have to check the tours, I have to check which one's the best one, to check which one I can gauge that have the highest probability of going live, if I can go live. Wow. So there's a lot of thinking that goes behind. But in essence, planning a trip isn't too hard. You just gotta book your hotels and book your trains. That's it. Between major areas or countries. If you're within the region, don't worry about the trains. You can book them when you go to the station and take your ride. I hope that makes sense, Mathona. Hotels and trains between major city centers or between regions or between countries, book them in advance. Some tours, book them in advance as well. So we started down there, the cafe down there. Look at that. Ludo says that the name of it wasn't, that was not the name of the chapel. Yeah, it's a bit frustrating here. I don't see names of the chapels in front like you see in other countries. So yeah, it just said this chapel. So unfortunately, I didn't say the name of the chapel. Oh, there's my helicopter. It's gonna pick me up later to go to my yacht, which is parked offshore. It's a bit too big to come in here. So that was the cafe where we started. We end up coming all the way through here. And then Vasil says the chapel we just visited was the chapel of the visitation. Thank you so much. And I end up going up these stairs, and now we're over here. The palace is down there, so we gotta make our way to the palace. This is so cool. Is that a naval ship? That is a naval ship. So France actually took care of the defense of Monaco. So Monaco, according to the treaty, can't have its own military, or at least anything sizable. I think they just have a small defense force for the palace. But aside from that, they can't have their own military. So France takes care of the defense. And that's why we see a French flag on top of that naval ship. Timothy says, whose bone was in the chapel? I don't know. It didn't say the name. It was a bit frustrating. It did not say the name. Seems like it's so much further than you actually walked this time. Yeah, actually it feels like further, but it wasn't too long. Time flies by when you're having fun in Monaco. Wow, it's cool seeing high rises. I think that one might qualify as a skyscraper, depending on what's the first floor. Wow, it's interesting to think that Monaco might look like Hong Kong if they decide to go any higher. What do you think? Do you think Monaco will go the route of building skyscrapers like a Hong Kong? Which is, I think, a good comparison. Hong Kong, of course, is much bigger. Hong Kong is like the size of New York, but it's impressive. I can't wait to see it in person one day. It's the island's very rocky, similar to this, and there's a hole. It is very dense, similar to this. Don says it is just a high density city, but yeah, I wonder if they will go skyscraper. It seems like they're going higher. There's a few high rises here. Miss Love says, would they do super talls? That I'm very curious about. I'm very curious if Monaco would build a super tall. Miss Love says it might spoil it. Yeah, it might. Where's the train station, says Adam? So it's the Monte Carlo train station. I think it's in this general vicinity. Right here, this general vicinity. That's the train station. Deborah says, I guess more people need to hide their income. No, they just become residents. I don't think there's anything being hidden. I think Monaco does not have a high tolerance for white-collar crime either. Let me know, but I'm not sure if there's an underworld here in terms of people trying to hide massive amounts of money. I think Switzerland is a little bit more associated with that, or the Cayman Islands. Let me know. I'm curious. I get the vibe that it's not the case. I don't think people here are hiding money that needs to be hidden. It's just low taxes. Albany says, I love your hat. Thank you so much, Albany. I appreciate you. What's in the mountains? Not much. There's a viewpoint up there, Nina. There's a viewpoint. People go up there to see the sunrise. Apparently it's a gorgeous sunrise. It's the best viewpoint of Monaco. Nobody, they don't need to hide the money. Yeah. It's not quite that place. They don't want you to pay taxes. That's why they become residents, right? No taxes, very low tax. And then there's a value-added tax, which means every transaction has a tax attached to it. So it is actually beneficial. So if you're buying a car over here to use within Monaco, you're buying a yacht, you're buying any type of service, helicopter. I'm not sure what else you can buy here. Any of the goods in the fancy stores. If you're buying $8,000 sneakers in Balenciaga that basically look like my sneakers, but they're $8,000, Monaco gets a piece of that. And then they get a piece of the casino, which is in this general area as well. Let's see, is that the casino? I think this is the casino. Let's zoom in on the casino. Paul says, let's please go down to the casino. It is a nice area. Unfortunately, the casino, we can only see it from the outside. So that's pretty much all we can see from the casino. Let me know if this is the casino. I'm not 100% sure. Hey, Nexus says, Princess Grace provided shelter for Josephine Baker when her and her Rainbow tribe had tax issues. Oh, I didn't know. Deus says, $8,000. Yeah, the Balenciaga sells sneakers that cost in the multiple of thousands. I'm not sure if it's exactly $8,000, but it's definitely upwards of $1,000 for sneakers. And they do a trend which is called ugly sneakers. So the sneakers look worn out on purpose. The most expensive, shitty sneakers you'll buy ever. In terms of how they look. Probably the quality is very good. Deanna says, can they play slots? They can play slots, but they don't have penny slots. Probably the slot machines, probably higher intervals. But they do have slot machines at the casino. Apparently you have to come well dressed for the casino. I'm not sure how well dressed. I think they have become more casual in the past years, but you do have to come relatively well dressed. So I think if you're a guy, just get yourself a jacket, wear some longer pants, maybe shoes rather than sneakers. Don't wear your $8,000 Balenciagas there or ripped apart on purpose. Don't wear those. Don't look like a hobo when you go to the casino. Renee says you also need your passport. What? That's interesting. Thank you, Renee. Kay says, yeah, you have to be well dressed to go into the casino. Yep. So James Bond is very well known for having scenes at the casino. Let me know what are the James Bond films that feature the casino. Casino Royale should be one of them. And there's a few others. Let me know. Pierce Brosnan has a film also in the casino here in Monte Carlo. So a lot of films. And then Star Wars The Last Jedi features a Monte Carlo-like casino, but it's filled with aliens. It's a very funny little portion of the film. It's clearly based on Monte Carlo. It's just somewhere off in space. Actually, they made the setting look a lot like Monaco in that film. Nexus says that's a perfect moniker for today's fashion of ripped jeans and torn up sneakers. Hobo wear, yeah. It's quite the new fashion taste. Susie says you should wear a tux to the casino. I think wearing a tux might be overdressing for the casino. Though James Bond does it, I think it might be overdressing. Imagine having these apartments. Oh my. All right. I mean, it is nice to not pay taxes. I think this is a lovely place to live. Wow. Uh-oh. One has to watch out when talking about taxes. A lot of people get very angry if you talk about taxes in the US especially. Like there's a burning anger that comes when they find out that people who are very rich find the means to not pay that many taxes. It just pisses people off. Yeah, ladies and gentlemen, you heard it here. And you could basically watch countless documentaries about it. Rich people find a way to not pay taxes. Or they they make their businesses in a way to minimize paying taxes. Oh yeah. Yep. It's a fact of life, has been ongoing for thousands of years. At least since the birth of modern capitalism, modern economics, since the 1300s. Business entrepreneurs, business owners, industrialists have found ways to minimize taxes. That's since the 1300s in our modern system, because our modern system of economics date back to that time, Middle Ages. So it's nothing new, nothing new. Miss Lob says, I'm confused too about exactly the terms, but Miss Lob says, do you become Monegasque? I think you're kind of Monegasque. I'm not sure if you have to, I don't think you have to renounce your US citizenship, for example, if you're American or British. I don't think so. Do let us know. Alan says, does Amazon also deliver in Monaco? You know, that's a good question. I don't know. That's a very good question. I would love to know that, actually. All right, down there we can see the yacht's packed. Okay, everyone, I'm about to reach another 30 minutes. So if the stream crashes, I'll be back for the palace. If it doesn't crash, we'll continue towards the palace. So I'm going to tell you one more time, keep being awesome and always keep on exploring. But if it continues, then you gotta stop being awesome. Sandy says, not a bad view to wake up to. No, not a bad view at all to wake up to. Quincy, thank you so much for the 75 stars. The population, I'm not sure how big the population is. Let us know. It's definitely in the tens of thousands, below 100,000. Nina says, rich people have to live too. Yeah, indeed. Ariel, thank you so much for 7,500 stars. That's so kind of you. Thank you so much. Marty says, that's my name, Carlo. They called me Monte for years. That's funny. Carlo, that is very funny. So here's part of the racetrack right along the harbor. There has been few incidences where the race car actually crashes into the harbor. Poor guys. Unfortunately, I think a few deaths have happened. If anyone can let us know. It is very sad, but definitely big crashes have happened in the Monaco Grand Prix. Susie says, where are the public elevators I just wrote about? I'm not sure. Maybe we'll see them. Ludo says, is Facebook live streaming back? Yeah, it is. Yeah, it's working again. So I think we're reaching the end of Monaco right here. And I think down there is France. More France, at least. Thank you so much, Joe, for finding the exact number. Right now, the current population of Monaco is 39,836 people. I think around 50 are billionaires. So, yeah. And what was it? 2,000 millionaires around there? Lots of millionaires. And this is the highest, the highest wealth per resident. So in general, the residents here are very wealthy. Are the orange buildings like the old town? No. These, I assume they follow the same aesthetic of the old town, but no, these should be newer buildings. By newer, maybe maximum 100, 130 years old, maximum. Nobu says you can see Italy from here. Is that Italy? Right down there? Right down there? Italia. Buongiorno. So Ron says during the 70s there's a lot of Grand Prix crashes, but now with better technology the crashes are actually very low. Thank you, Ron. Yeah. So here's the entire area of Monaco right there that we're seeing. So that land sticking out is more Monaco, apparently. David says, so where is the old town? Here, right here, right behind me. Satellite image of Monaco right now. We should be in this area right here, where you see it's elevated. And if people want to see how the inside the casino looks like, right here. Right here. Here's the tables of the casino. And Monaco has been reclaiming a lot of land, which I mentioned earlier. So we see a few sections that are actually now land reclamation projects. So there's a little piece of land right by the harbor, Le Potier, the newest reclamation project. Back in the 1970s, Fonteville, also reclamation. Meaning that they are building on the sea, basically. And earlier we talked about Grace Kelly. Here's Grace Kelly with her husband, the prince, former prince, Rainier III. Are the Monegasques mostly descendants of the French? That's a good question. No, not all of them. They also have very close ties with the Italians, like this guy, one of the first Grimaldis. And the current...
And the Dutch.
And the Dutch. Oh, yeah. I can imagine a few Dutch millionaires are here. Yeah.
Max Verstappen.
Oh, really? Okay, yeah. Oh, that's awesome. There we go. There was a Dutchman right next to me saying that Monaco had a long descendants of Dutch. We mentioned one guy, Marco Stopper, something like that. This is Prince Albert II. And this is where we're at right now. Before the city ended up becoming really populated, very dense. That's the old town, which we're on right now. Susie says, former Playboy. What was Albert II known as a Playboy too? Max Verstappen. Okay, thank you so much, Don Giovanni. Max Verstappen lives there. Oh, so a millionaire Dutchman? Cool. Yeah. Yeah, there was a few Dutch tourists that just were telling me that the Dutch are also here. It's very funny. Almost says they're all players, yeah. Let's see if we can go into the tour. Might ride that later. All right. Oh, are we getting the changing of the guard? Yeah. Oh, there's a bike share program here. Oh, right here. Right in time. Yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, the defense forces of Monaco. Yeah, they don't have a military. There we go. A guard has been changed. The guy could have just walked up to the post. I mean, was that all necessary? When I have little Ariels or daughters and call them Lyra, I'm gonna make them do that every time they have to go to the kitchen when they have to wash the dishes. They gotta do the changing of the dishwasher. Every time, the full thing. The Slav says don't underestimate its value. Yeah, of course. I had to top up again. Let me know if you see me and hear me. Once again, I had to top up once again for my live stream. What is that? $40 so far. $40. Let me know if you see me and hear me. Another 30 minutes? Or did we get to another 30 minutes? Susie says the guards didn't appreciate your joke. They're giving me the silent treatment. Yeah, the guards are giving me the silent treatment, that's why. Miss Love says put another nickel in. More than a nickel. Thank you, Super Chatters. And Star Senders. Here's the very first Grimaldi, Francis Grimaldi, the man who dressed up as a Franciscan friar in order to infiltrate this huge fortification and take over Monaco. Has been one of the longest reigning royal families in all of Europe, the Grimaldis. Ever since 1297, when one of his family members ended up taking over, Rainier I, it has been the same line. Wow. There's been 2 instances where there was a female born, so they had to get a husband, and the husband had to adopt the Grimaldi name, but it has been the same line since then. They're not directly descendant of him, because his cousin took over, so they're directly descendant to the cousin. His nickname apparently is Malizia. What does that mean, Malizia? Does that mean malicious? 1297 to 1997. Why did it say 1997? Lorelei sent 1,000 stars. Lorelei, thank you so much. 1,000 stars is about $10 US. Thank you so much. I appreciate the 1,000 stars. That means we got another 30 minutes. Oh yeah. Well, not full, because Facebook and YouTube take 30% off. Someone sent 5 stars. Hey, Sunshine is sponsoring another portion of the live video. Thank you so much. PayPal's stars and super chats are going directly into this live stream. I usually don't have to do this, but Monaco has a different cell network and it's crazy expensive. Verizon. Oh. Do they limit the $10 top up? I don't know. We'll find out. Susan, hey Susan, I haven't seen you in a while. Hope you're doing well. Thank you so much for tuning in. All right, let's see if we can walk into the palace. Let's hang out with Albert II. So let me know if you still see me and hear me. Adam says, what do you think about guards in general? I like that the guards have like official sunglasses, similar to US military also has official sunglasses. What do you think about the guard? It's nice. Yeah. I think many countries should keep their guard. I was stunned to see Denmark with no guards. Maureen says that you received my donation, lost my connection. Maureen, yeah, a long time ago. Yeah, thank you so much. A long time ago, I mean like an hour ago. Thank you so much, Maureen. And Deborah, thank you for the Monaco tour. My pleasure, Deborah. I'm so glad I could show you Monaco. All right. Oh no, it's telling me I have reached the maximum of the Verizon pass. Yeah, I just got a text from Verizon saying no more. Okay, everyone, final 15 minutes. Let's enjoy Monaco for the final 15 minutes, and then later on go explore more France where I actually have cell phone reception. Let's go. Show you the palace from outside. Chris says switch to AT&T. Yeah, I might try AT&T or T-Mobile once I get back to the States and intend on traveling again. All right, maybe I'll have time to check out the palace later. Do a nice bonus video for patrons. But let's check out the other views of Monaco on this other side for our final 10 minutes. Tamara says Monaco has public Wi-Fi. Public Wi-Fi, while it might be good for checking Google Maps, going on Google, doing a quick internet search, it kind of sucks for live streaming, so usually I don't use it. Almo says, can we get a on-screen countdown? That would be awesome. Let me go over here. John says, Ariel, you're a great friend. I'm so glad you're enjoying the travels, John. Thank you so much for tuning in. Wow. Thank God it's a cloudy day today. Ron says the crying kids want more than 10 minutes of live streaming. Yeah. Dawn Giovanni says, wouldn't recommend staying in Monaco, Airbnb or hotel. Yeah, it's crazy expensive. I mean, for the experience, maybe, but we are indeed only 21-minute to 23-minute train ride away from Nice. You can go you can stay even closer. This is very close to other cities, so you don't need to spend the money to stay here. Maybe if you go to Fontville, you'll be able to use your free mobile. Yeah, Nobu, yeah. There's closer to France, yeah, I had more signal. So all land reclamation, this was part of the 1970s, according to the map we just saw. A lot of these maps I end up finding on Wikipedia, which are very handy. So 1970s right here. Adam says, how much is one night in Monaco? I saw one hotel. It was nowhere near the priciest hotel. It was about $700 a night. Ron says, thank you for going to Monaco. I knew you would be featuring it. It was awesome. I'm so glad you enjoyed it. I want to go up there. Oh, I want to climb another mountain. I want to climb all the mountains. Let's see what else we can see in 10 minutes. Let's go. 10-minute rush tour. Let's see if we can fire a cannon. All right. Let's go. All right. Through the trees, so our enemy doesn't see us firing. Susie says a public elevator. Oh my God, the benches are made with cannonballs. That's so cool. Over 4,000 stars sent. Yeah, thank you so much, everyone. I think I have my costs covered. So a round of hearts to all the super chatters. Today we're gonna thank specifically the super chatters, the star senders, and the PayPalers. Thank you so much today for sending your contributions. Ron says a bench test. How much I love bench tests. I'd rather show you more cool stuff. Wow. So here's the old town, more stuff in the old town. I'm just amazed. And no flag here, so I assume Albert II is not here. I wish you could interview Albert II. Oh, I wish too. That would be so cool. Neptune says we can't jam a paid bandwidth with bench tests. Yeah, sometimes some parts of the show have to be sacrificed in the greater name of this live stream. If I go in more to the old town, there's not much to show you. Just a few small streets. So let's just finish one more time with the beautiful views of Monaco over here. Mika says Albert is just now in Nice. Ah, here's the main town center. Let's check this out. Are there any movies where they were filmed in Monaco? I'm not sure, 100% sure if Casino Royale was filmed here for sure, but the original book does depict this area. Definitely one of the Pierce Brosnan James Bond films. Do remind me which one, if anyone knows the name. Grace Kelly's film, the one where she met Prince Rainier. Also, a few other classic Hollywood films. So yeah, a lot of things have been filmed here. Nobu says, I met him once when I was at a restaurant in inauguration. He said hello. Oh, that's so cool, Nobu. You met Albert II. That's so cool. Prince Albert. Ah, this is exactly what I needed. Wealth management. Perfect. Cool. These guys have been around 100 years. I think they know what they're doing. I like how secure the door is. Yeah. All right, good. Now I know where to manage my massive amounts of wealth. Deborah, thank you so much for the name. One of those Grace Kelly films was To Catch a Thief, but there was another one. It was the one that she met Prince Rainier, and then there was Pierce Brosnan's GoldenEye was filmed there. GoldenEye, thank you so much. The more famous one. Michael says, where are you? Monaco. Beautiful Monaco. Little country. Chris says, money laundering does not sound as cool as wealth management. Indeed. Wealth management is a better word. Ooh, a little photo over here. Look at this. Princess Grace and Prince Rainier. I wonder if this guy, Rainier, has ever been to Mount Rainier right by Seattle. It's 1956. This was the civil marriage. So I assume they had two different ceremonies, the religious one and the civil one. It was a civil one. And I gotta say, they look very civil. I like the long coat that he had. That's cool. Long coat with the pocket square, single-breasted. That is so unique. Usually they're like double-breasted. She has a gorgeous dress on. Looks like a big doily. That's really cool. Almost, it was Grace Kelly's stage name. Ooh, do let us know. I don't know for sure. All right, so I can't really show you much more. So let's end with the bench test right here with the views of Monaco, ladies and gentlemen. Mountains of France. All right. Ooh. Oh my God, hat hair. Oh, that's so good. Beautiful views of Monaco here. We have one of Grace Kelly's former maids right here. Her name was Patricia. Grace gave it her name after her middle name. And look right there. Wow. It's cool with the cannonballs. It's a nice slope to the chair. There's a little nook for my buttocks. We have shade with the tree, but no bird poo because Monaco is pristinely clean. And this is among the safest countries in the world, so I wouldn't fear for having my backpack. I wouldn't need to like hug it like I sometimes do. So this is a really good bench. Aside from the cars right behind us, this is a nice bench. Wow. Oh, amazing. Thank you, truth be told, the movie that Grace Kelly played as a princess in Monaco was The Swan. That's where she met Rainier III. Girl in the Curl says that the birds here use toilets. I think they do, yeah. I think they're more civilized. So everyone, this is a great bench. I give this, especially knowing that Grace Kelly, such a great American star, was here. Passed right through here, met probably many times. I would give this bench a very strong. This is a good bench. This is an Uber bench. This bench gets a very mighty 9.5 out of 10. Wow. Okay, gonna go over to my yacht. Hopefully my yacht does better cell phone reception because here, not the best. Thank you everyone so much for tuning in here from beautiful Monaco, right by an Uber bench where Grace Kelly lived the rest of her days. She missed Hollywood for sure. She really wanted to go back to the big screen, but unfortunately, royal life impeded on that. So Grace Kelly never really became as big as a Hollywood actress by the amount of films she did as other actresses, say like Elizabeth Taylor or the many other amazing actresses out there. Do let me know the other names. I have a few. Katharine Hepburn. So who knows what would happen with Grace Kelly if she actually never got married to a Monegasque prince. Who knows? But nonetheless, may she rest in peace. And may Feng as well rest in peace. It's very sad to hear that both Grace and Feng had a stroke. That's very sad to hear. I've had family who had strokes before. I had one family member who survived the stroke. And it's very hard. It's very hard. So my heart goes out to anyone who has suffered a stroke or to anyone who has lost a family member due to a stroke. It's a very tough way to go. So, round of hearts to all those people. Everyone, thank you so much for tuning in here from Monaco, the smallest country with the biggest amount of wealth. I hope you enjoyed it. Now, later on to more parts of France, Thursday through Saturday at 3 p.m. French time next week. And there might be bonus footage of the Côte d'Azur. There will be bonus footage of the Côte d'Azur on patreon.com/urbanist. This time, really, keep being awesome and always keep on exploring. Au revoir, mes amis. A bientôt.